said, empty your mind.
Hey everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're safe, happy, staying at home, doing all you can to not go stir crazy with your loved ones. I know it's a challenging time for all. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, 1-inch punch that bell notification, give the videos some thumbs up, and if you know anybody, any other martial artists that might be interested, please share these videos with them. It might be good for them to get their mind off of things that are going on and get back into a little Kung Fu training. Now today, let's go over our hand positions. So I want everybody to go ahead and get in a good front stance, knees in, back straight. And once again, just so if you could see my feet, I'm here, knees in, back straight, arms aren't resting at the side. I'm come a little closer to the camera just to give a better view. And we're gonna go through the hand position. So we're gonna go through Bill Sow. Bill Sow thrusts right out. You're doing your left hand, Bill Sow. Bong Sow. Bong Sow. Fook Sow. Just like when you're doing the Silam Tao form, you should have conscious thought in this hand as well, right? Make sure it's just not relaxing and your form's not getting all out of whack. So let's do Fook Sow again. Fingertips together, elbow comes in. It's like your elbow's the engine that drives that out the center of your body. And Fook Sow. Now we're gonna go to Tan Sow. From Tan Sow, we're gonna sweep out to Foot Sow. Tan Sow, Foot Sow. Tan Sow, Foot Sow. Tan Sow, Foot Sow. Gum Sow. In the Silam Tao, we're going right behind and front. So Gum Sow, left hand. Hien Sow. Fingertips sweep inward. Hien Sow circles inward. Right hand out. Hien Sow. Let's do that again. Hien Sow. Hien Sow. Jut Sow. I'm going to show you from a side view with the Jut Sow. I'm just bringing my hand here and then I'm just letting that come down here. Jut Sow, Jut Sow, Jut Sow, Jut Sow. Little move. So back to a good front stance, left hand out. Jut Sow. Jut Sow. Lan Sow. Now in the Silam Tao, when we come out, those are Foot Sows coming out, Lan Sow coming back in. Drop into that double Tan Sow, right? So let's do that again. Lan Sow. Pak Sow. Notice Pak Sow comes right out the center. It's not this move here exposing that path, it's here. Pak Sow, left hand out, Pak Sow. Now your right hand, Pak Sow. Tan Sow. Tai Sao. And we have Wu Sao, which is that rear hand. If I'm in a right neutral stance, that rear hand is Wu Sao. Now, I've answered this before in another video, but for those that are just following along, you might see a lot of differences between Tan Sao and the way I'm explaining it to ride out. And you'll notice a lot of people, their Tan Sao A flops out. They have the waiter's Tan Sao, or it's a very low Tan Sao. All Wing Chun hand positions have a compromise between the angle of deflection and a principle of filling space. Tan Sao is a beautiful example of that. Here my Tan Sao is filling maximum space, right? I'm filling the most space, but there's no angle of deflection, therefore this would just collapse right away. Here's the best angle of deflection possible, but I'm filling no space, so therefore it's ineffective. When I compromise between the two, meaning I have a good angle of deflection and I'm filling space, anything that comes through will be deflected, and I'm protecting this upper zone. So here, great angle of deflection. Here, filling maximum space, both inefficient and effective. Here, filling space with the proper angle of deflection. So it comes out like this. Once again, why I don't do Tan Sao like that? Does that work? Yes. But why risk getting your fingers jammed? If I deflect a punch here, my fingers are up well out of the way. If I go here, my fingers can get jammed, my wrist can get slammed. It's just not the best way, I personally think, to utilize Tan Sao. I think it should be here, never like this, what I call the waiter's Tan Sao. Once again, this is all the same, so that does work, but why put your fingers in jeopardy? So that's Tan Sao. Now, all of these hand positions have so many uses, and I will start pulling out the partner lessons so we can see them more in application. There's just so much we can cover in the art of Wing Chun, and I want everybody to start practicing their Silam Tao form, their footwork, their punching drills, their kicking skills, and getting these hand positions down. And once you do, it's gonna make the whole system really seem more simple, and it's just gonna be a lot easier to learn each piece moving forward. Now, let's go, if we can. Everybody's gonna take your left neutral stance. I'm gonna be in a right neutral. And let's just work that switch. So now we have the left neutral. Let me step back, make sure my feet are in. You're in a right neutral, I'm in a left neutral. Switch, switch, switch. Now you're in your left neutral. We're gonna just do step this way, step this way, step this way, and you can practice moving as much room as you have in this stance. I could also then step to a forward, so now you're in your left neutral still, left neutral for me, or sorry, right neutral for me. We step forward, and now we cruise forward a little bit, and backward. So if you have a lot of room, you can keep going all day one way, all day in the other, right? And then come back. So that's the simplest footwork in the world. You practice your switching, and you practice your step follow in a straight line, back and forth, or step follow, step follow, step follow, come back, come back, come back, go forward, and back as well. So make sure you're practicing your footwork. Think about every sport, that footwork is crucial. Same with fighting, boxing, kickboxing, MMA. It's all about that good footwork. Can you get to your opponent? Can you get away from your opponent? In order to do that, you need good footwork. And I can't stress this sidestepping. I'm assuming your attacker is going to be like a bull. He's going to be somebody charging you full force. If he's not, your hands are up, you're setting a distance, you're in a safe range. Once they step in, I don't want to step in and meet them and butt heads. It's like two trains colliding. I have a 50 mile an hour train, 50 mile an hour train, 100 mile an hour impact. When that train comes in, I want to get off the line of force and attack at this angle. So your footwork is crucial for getting you off that line of force and putting you in the right place. Once you have that footwork down, we're working a straight punch. If you're in your left neutral, I'm in a right neutral, you punch with the lead hand towards me, so you're just stepping out and punching. I can deflect with a pak sao. I can deflect with a tan sao. I can deflect with a bong sao. I can deflect with a lan sao. I can lop sao punch. I can cap punch. All those simple deflections work with that same footwork. There was nothing that changed up. Now want to go the other way. You now are punching with your right hand towards me. I can stay in the same stance and I can do that fourth pak sao I discussed in that other lesson. Or I can bill sao. So we have other options to deflect either punch without exposing our center. Makes things very effective. But if you don't have this simple footwork down, and I promise you, every student, footwork's so important, and then usually like a month or two in, they're like, Sifu, you're right, it's my footwork, I need to practice my footwork. And when things are off, I'm always like, look at your stance, it's off. And if you had that right, good footwork, you'd be in good position. Because if you overstep or your footwork's off, it really does throw everything off. So be sure you're practicing your footwork. All right, that's a quick lesson for today. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Please, once again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. 1-inch punch that bell notification if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing everybody soon. I will be pulling out some lessons with some partners so we can get into some more of that fun stuff, pak sao drills and all sorts of fun stuff to come. And we'll be getting into the Chun Q also in the probably next few lessons as well. Thank you for joining me today. See you soon.